simulated a beach inside of a terrarium for 30 days.
He added in creatures like fish, crickets, and even hermit crabs.
What animals will thrive and what animals will die? Let's find out.
30 days ago, I built a functioning beach ecosystem in my room. Throughout the month, these coastal plants and animals have evolved to survive the harsh seaside environment. I even simulated intense natural disasters to see how the animals would react. Despite starting as a lifeless desert, it was able to transform into a thriving, colorful
Hermit crab, shrimpy.
But to understand how, we need to go back to day one, where I got my
This guy is clearly a fan of Dr. Plant.
Plants. I started by laying out the base of the beach with sand, and then I added in salt water.
That's smart. It's a beach.
Do you guys think he's gonna add sharks?
Maybe.
Like a great. What if you put a great white shark in there?
It is a 3-foot long tank. It can't fit. Even a baby would be too big.
You're thinking about it too much. I'm just saying, what if? What if?
I can't not think about it. Yeah, it would be kind of cool if he had like a shrinking device like Dr. Doofenshmirtz and then could just shrink them down.
Yeah. Dude, if he did, what if he put a great white shark in there, shrunk it down, and then put people in there?
What are you guys talking about?
Actually, fun fact, great white sharks have never survived in captivity. Not even one. They always die.
Until now. Stay tuned.
I know, isn't that weird? Every other shark can be in captivity, but a great white.
Why don't they just feed him?
They do. They don't eat. They literally just like don't do anything. They stop swimming and then they die.
Wow. They must be free, or else they die. Anyway.
Back to the beach.
Despite the ocean being cloudy at first, after just a few
Ew,
hours,
looks like
the
milk.
salt was able to fully dissolve in the water, leaving it ready to add
Nice
our
clear
marine
water.
plants.
Ew, what is
I
that?
started with some basic
Seaweed.
rocks
It's a plant.
and seaweed. Then
Why
for
was
the
it, like,
land, I added
bubbly?
in a piece of wood, a bunch of tiny shells, and I
like
put
it.
moss in the back
hermit
to
crabs are gonna eat
represent
them
a
up later.
seaside forest. The
Oh.
beach's foundation.
That is a lame seaside forest. Look, these videos are awesome, and I respect how much time and effort that they put into it. Like, seriously, kudos to you, hats off. That seaside forest is trash, though. I gotta be honest. I'm just saying.
Alec
You
is
may
a
as well
hater.
not have it. You may
Alex
as
a
well not
hater.
even put it there.
Alex a hater, and he couldn't do any better. If this video gets 10,000 likes, he'll try it.
Alec is on Twitter. He's putting hate comments. He literally will never do it in his entire life.
Tara Green, if you're watching this video, you're literally I'm one of your biggest fans, and I love your videos. That is a terrible beachside forest, though.
Were you about to tell him that he was your biggest fan?
Tara Green, you were one of my biggest fans, but also you have a terrible forest as a beach.
But everything still felt empty and
I
lifeless.
like it, Tara
It
Green.
was time
I
to
enjoy
add
it.
in our first creature.
A
This
shell.
may just
Hermit
look like
crab.
a shell, but in reality, it's
Let's
much
go.
more. It's a protective home to keep its inhabitants safe.
Aww.
This hermit crab's like, wait a second, I'm not in a
After
cage?
surveying
Oh, look
the
at his little
environment
eyeballs.
farm, the
They
critter
spooked me
felt
out a little
safe
bit.
enough to fully come out and reveal himself. A hermit crab. The
Hi,
crab
Mr.
immediately
Hermie.
went up and put his back against the wall
Hello.
in order to spot any potential predators. Despite
Smart
their name,
little hermit crab.
crabs are actually very social animals. So in order to
Oh,
make
I
the
did
crab
not know
more
that.
comfortable, I added in a nice friend for him. The second hermit crab was shy at first.
Adam and I had hermit crabs as pets when we were younger, and one of my hermit crabs ripped the arm off of another hermit crab.
They were just wrestling. They're very social.
I don't think Adam could ever be a hermit crab, because if Adam was a hermit crab, he would get too fat and he would get stuck in his shell. Sorry, that has nothing to do with what you just said.
We will nickname this hermit crab Alec.
Everything seemed to be going well,
Oh,
so I decided to
backflip.
leave the ecosystem by itself for
The
a few
ecosystem. It's 2 hermit crabs.
By day 4, the hermit crabs were still thriving together and had
What do they
established
eat?
their spot on the
Each
beach
other.
behind the log. But over and under the ocean, there
Yes.
was more life starting to develop.
What
Not
is
only had
it?
the plants started to grow,
Algae.
but earlier that day, I had added another form of life.
Krill?
Oh, it's a goby fish.
Actually?
It's a goby fish.
Nice.
Oh.
I love
Yeah,
those
they-
fish.
they build their own
Watchman
homes.
goby fish were swimming throughout this part of the ocean that they called
Those
their
guys are
home.
cute.
They hawk tua.
Aw.
Look, hawk
The
tua.
heck? Oh, they like clean
But
the
these
rocks?
are not just normal
They build
fish.
homes.
No, they do it. They dig it with their mouth and then spit it out. So they're a human shovel.
Hold on. Doesn't this mean that they're like an advanced species because they're able to adapt their environment? They can build their own homes. Doesn't that mean like that they're using technology?
Yeah, don't like every
Yeah,
animal
that's
ever,
most
don't
birds.
they
build shelter.
build nests
No.
or homes or
Yeah.
holes or
Like
shelter?
spike.
No.
They build their own web, squirrels make a little home inside of a tree, beavers
Can
build
you just
wood.
roast Alec in the comments?
Yeah, but sorely that means it's like an advanced species of fish because they can build a house. No other fish builds houses.
Just because you can't build a house doesn't mean that a dumb animal can.
That fish is more advanced than the 3 of us combined. We have never built a house. That thing just did it in 30 seconds.
But
I love the
these are
sound
not
effects.
just normal fish, as these gobies have the special ability to scoop up mouthfuls of sand
They're like
filter out
Pokemon.
the food,
So many
and
nuts.
then spit the sand back out.
So it
This
is for
Gobi
food.
here used his ability to
Oh.
dig himself out a little home under a rock.
He's building a home.
He just
Smart.
said he does it for food.
Well, it's
Not
multitask.
only does this give the fish a tasty
He's not eating
meal,
rocks.
but it plays a
2 for 1
crucial
special.
role in cleaning the sand of our ocean and helping the entire
Smart.
ecosystem become self-sustainable.
Wow.
I left the
Ecosystem is
beach
a stretch
alone
right
over
now.
The next few days, and when I came back on day 9, I noticed a problem. The animals
hermit crabs
and
are
plants
dead.
were all fine, but hidden on some of the glass, early signs of algae had started to grow. While it wasn't much, if left unchecked for a while, it could lead to an overall decrease in water quality for the entire ocean.
Is that fish dead?
This is horrible.
What animal cleans algae? Pop quiz.
Suckerfish.
I was gonna say a starfish. Comment down below.
How are you gonna pop quiz us if you don't know the answer?
Well, we're about to find out. He's about to tell us.
Suckerfish. Suckerfish.
I didn't talk about your dream fish that you want to swim with. I talked about to clean the algae.
Dolphin.
Now,
Thank you,
of course,
Jack.
I could just clean it myself, but that's boring. So instead,
With
I have
bleach?
another plan.
Oh, it
I
might
went
be a
out
snail.
and bought 5 of these Astrea snails.
Hey,
with
who gets
beautiful
snail?
looking shells,
Nice.
And I let them
Snails.
loose into the sea.
I had
one
snails
by
when I
one.
was younger.
These snails love eating algae, and when left alone, they will simply go around cleaning the entire tank. There is
Yummy
one problem with
algae.
snails, though, and that is they are sort of known for being extremely slow.
That's right.
So to help
No,
us speed up
really?
any algae that shows up, I'm also
Same.
gonna add in another creature that eats algae.
What is that?
Introducing marine hermit crabs. Now,
Say
you may
what
be
now?
Thinking we already have these on the beach.
Wait a second. Are all hermit crabs not marine hermit crabs?
Well, no, because some live on land.
Yep, some land, some water.
But how do they do that?
It's like sea turtles and regular turtles, Jack.
It's a tortoise and a turtle.
This one's a hermit, the other one's a crab. It's really
Yeah.
not that
Jack,
complicated.
it's simple
They're
stuff
both
here.
hermit crabs. They're
Please.
both hermit crabs.
I can't watch these videos with Jack anymore. He literally knows nothing.
Guys, I am bringing up facts. Alec just said one's a hermit, one's a crab. What are we talking about?
That's
You
a
just don't
fact.
get it.
Beach. But the truth is, these are actually incredibly different from the hermit crabs
Thank
we
you.
have on the land. For one, they're like 30
Roasted.
times smaller.
Yo!
And
Oh my
two,
God, it's
these
tiny.
guys need to live underwater and survive
Interesting.
off eating algae.
That shell's way
While
too
on
big.
the other hand, the hermit crabs that live on the land eat moss and these little pellets. The newly
That's
added
cheating.
marine hermit crabs will do a great job at fitting between the cracks of rocks and accessing places that the snails might miss. Plus, these crabs are faster than the snails.
That's good.
Okay, maybe they're not even that fast. By day 14, the ecosystem was starting to look very cool with all sorts of different life forms. But one issue that I started to notice was in the moss that was supposed to represent a seaside forest. Over the days, the moss had started to grow at a
I told
rapid
you,
pace.
it's,
Oh, it's
now
getting-
it's
Oh, it's
big.
growing.
Getting
It's growing.
overrun. So far, I hadn't introduced many animals to the land portion of the beach, so this was the perfect opportunity.
I think he's gonna introduce a cricket.
You
Just said
literally
that.
just
He literally
saw-
just said that.
And
I
you
guess
just saw
that-
it.
He just said that. It says it on the YouTube video too. It says crickets.
You guys know what to do.
No, actually, great job, Adam.
W Dirt Boy.
Great job. You were literally so dumb.
Crickets.
Oh,
These
Crickets!
insects
Crickets!
were
Wow,
good choices.
Adam.
Not only do
Chirp,
they
chirp.
love to eat
Genius.
moss, but they also wouldn't interfere with anything in
Crickets
the water.
can't swim.
I added in a couple around the mossy area, and they
How do
got
you know that,
straight
Jack?
to work eating the excess moss.
Wow, those guys are.
Wow, they're
But-
getting
guys,
angry.
what do you think
All-you-can-eat
crickets
buffet.
eat? What do you guys think crickets eat? I think it's moss. I think that they eat moss. What do you guys think? Do you get it? Because that's what Adam just did. That's literally what Adam just did.
I can't say for sure what crickets do and do not eat.
I'm not a cricket, so I can't answer that.
One of the crickets had made a mistake. He had wandered onto the sand towards a resting hermit crab.
Idiot!
Now, hermit crabs are usually peaceful, but if they feel threatened, they will use their sharp claws.
You fool!
The cricket was walking towards
What are you
his doom.
doing? Do you want to die?
At the
poking the
moment,
bear.
crab turned
you
around
wanna
and
die?
spotted the cricket.
What
the
are you
hermit
doing?
crab got
Get him.
closer and closer until it eventually gave
It's
the
about to be a
cricket
cricket sandwich.
Wait, hermit crabs eat crickets? I didn't
Don't
know
eat
that.
any-
The crab
anything.
didn't feel threatened enough and decided to just go on.
Oh, he's just, yeah, he's chilling.
That
God.
was a close call.
He was
You
just
better
kidding.
get back
He was
to eating
joking.
some
He was
moss.
joking about it.
Another few days passed, and today I wanted to simulate an extreme seaside weather
This
event
guy's
to
an
see
animal.
how the animals would react.
What is he
so
about to
I
do?
turned off
How does he simulate lightning? Does he have a taser and he just...
I think he's just gonna pick up the cage and go, yeah!
Maybe he'll go over to the light switch and go light on, light off, light on, light off.
Imagine us three could do that. I could be the one shaking it. Jack could be light on, light off, light on, and
And
then
I'll have the taser to tase the water. Zzz.
let's do it.
started to pour down rain.
And then Alec
How
can
is he
pee.
doing that?
Alec
Is he
can pee
peeing?
for rain.
Oh, he turned on the
hermit crabs
shower.
were not very happy and immediately had to take cover under the large log.
I would look up like,
despite the rain being annoying
bro.
for the animals, it's actually very important. This is because over time, the salt water gets too salty, and the freshwater rain will even it out to the correct salinity level. And during thunderstorms at beaches, the waves also get bigger. So in order to simulate this, I added in a water pump at the edge of the ocean.
This guy's ruthless.
The water was now moving fast, and the gobies had to hide under rocks to avoid the current. The hermit crabs and their shells were also getting
they're getting wrecked.
But thankfully for the snails, they were able to just grab onto a wall and avoid the extreme water conditions.
Those snails suck.
After a little while, I removed the pump, stopped the rain, and turned back
on the light.
No
lightning?
Morning
the storm was
time.
now over.
That was a lame
It was
storm.
now day 22
Oh, next to an earthquake.
and it was getting closer to the end of the 30-day simulation. But before the end, I wanted to make sure the entire ecosystem was self-sustainable. So far,
I want him to simulate a
meteor
strike.
such as gobies that clean the sand.
Just gonna throw a rock in the water.
And crickets that ate the moss.
That's on fire.
The snails that ate the algae, and much more. But one important thing we were lacking was a creature that would eat dead organisms and organic waste that would otherwise pollute the water.
What?
Of course.
What animal
He
is
has
it?
to add it's a scavenger.
I knew Jack had no idea what he was eating. He said, "Oh," like he knew the answer.
Hold on, I'm brain
He's definitely
blasting.
looking up what it is.
No, my hands are right here. See, it's gonna be the mighty raccoon fish or a shrimp, one of the two.
So in order to solve this, I added in a new creature.
How did he get that?
dude.
Introducing the
Yeah,
camel
dude, he
shrimp.
totally
He
didn't
looked
cheat
it up.
for
By
that.
far the coolest
He
Look at
totally
the
didn't cheat.
designs on it.
Because,
Raccoon
I
shrimp.
mean, just look at
Oh
it.
wow, that
The
thing's cool.
shrimp immediately felt comfortable enough to explore around his new
I like how that
home.
walks.
And along the way, he encountered one of the hermit crabs.
Oh,
the little crab
this is
seemed
bad.
to be scared at first and hid
lunch.
in his shell. But soon enough, the two creatures seemed to become friends.
What the heck?
The shrimp quickly
Unlikely
became
friends.
the king of the ocean. Wherever he walked, the other animals like fish would move out of his way. But soon enough, the shrimp found a nice cozy spot on this rock to take a rest. Day 29 was now here, but our simulation wasn't over yet. As now, I was going to add in our final life and finish off our beach ecosystem.
Turtle!
To make
What
space
is
for what
it?
I was going to add,
Be
I
a
had
turtle.
to remove this bit of seaweed. And in its
Oh my
place,
gosh.
I put a beautiful piece of coral. Okay,
Oh,
it's not very
nice.
beautiful yet, but in a few days, once it's adjusted to the water, it'll become
He's making
alive
a
and
coral
colorful. Now,
reef.
coral isn't just a plant or a rock. It's actually home to hundreds of these extremely tiny animals called polyps. Polyps produce a chemical called calcium carbonate, which helps the coral they live on survive.
I knew
I'll
that.
just have to leave this coral here over the next few days until it fully lights up and comes alive.
Ooh, I can't wait.
On day 30, every animal, including the hermit crabs, gobies, snails, marine crabs, crickets, shrimp, and plants, were now living in peace with one another in a self-sustainable ecosystem. Thanks for watching, and if you didn't know, I'm very
We didn't even
new
get to see the
YouTube.
coral!
This is only my second ever video.
Cool.
Maybe he will do 100
Subscribe.
days
This
very
helps me-
soon.
Yeah, maybe he's in the process of simulating a beach for 100 days. And if you guys want to see that, subscribe right now.